You're supposed to stay a certain distance away from the pier, partly to avoid getting hooks in your feet or your arms or whatever. And that's roughly where I threw my line. Dude may have seen it. He may be out there looking for my line. Which is annoying the heck out of me. Well, if I reel in somebody upside down by the foot, I will let you know. You see this guy going by. He's got one of those hydro boards. I don't know if I'm catching him on there. Not something I'm ready to try. There's the initial investment of something like $12,000. And the fact that I probably don't have the balance for it. Anyway, I'll come back on if anything else happens. So I was standing right about somewhere around here last Tuesday when I got my heart broken or crushed or whatever. And I know you probably shouldn't say heartbreak lightly, and it wasn't really heartbreak lightly, but I was out here with a goofy jig, and it was rougher, and the shape of the shoreline was a little different. You can see these sandbars here, where previously you really couldn't. And I hooked the biggest pompano I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't know that at first. He was way out there. It was still, couldn't see. It was a little bit murky. And he headed out that way. I thought I had a shark. That's how much fight I was feeling, how much resistance. And I brought him up to around here, and it was still kind of dark. It wasn't clear like it is today. And I think I had my drag a little too tight. I was afraid of having him go into the pilings and cut my line off, and I probably shouldn't have been. But he kind of headed, I saw him sideways. He came across this way. And the leader's over here and the tail's over here. And I don't know the measurement, but it was past saying, okay, that's a keeper. I was looking at the biggest pompano I've ever seen. And he gave a hard kick, and he snapped that teaser off of there. And I'll show you what I mean. And I've secured the teaser now with a split ring instead of I had it on there with a 30-pound monofilament, which might have been weakened by the knots that I put it on with. But you can see this is a teaser, this little thing that looks like a fly. And a lot of pompano go for the teaser first. And that's probably what happened. This guy had a hold of that teaser and just snapped me off. And as I was leaving, I had my other line, my bait rig, soaking in the water, and I was chatting for a few minutes before I went, and the line went crazy, and I started reeling in, and it was a big black drum, and I tried to reel him in. A guy was helping me down on the beach, and he bent the hook. He actually straightened the hook out, because these are kind of thin hooks for what we're doing. And that was pretty much that. And I have, like every time I think pompano now, I start drooling. And because I haven't caught one in quite a while. So, yep, call it a fish story if you want to. It is. But I'll show a picture of the jig with a broken teaser. I took a picture of where the teaser had snapped off of the line. And yeah, I don't know. You know, some opportunities come, and if you don't handle them properly, or if you fail, you might never see that opportunity again. And I'm sincerely hoping that's not true. I'm really hoping I get another chance. Maybe not at that one, but at another one like it. Because you can't apply a lesson if you don't if the conditions that caused the lesson don't repeat. And I'm hoping that happens. But I'm going to hang out here for a few more minutes. Haven't even had a nibble today, and then I'm going to get going. All right. Okay. So I've discovered something kind of interesting going on at the pier, and I'm not blaming these people that I didn't catch any fish. I think the structure has changed out there enough that it's not as conducive to catching the kind of fish that I'm targeting. But I noticed a lot of people, and kids are excluded, like children just don't think at all. But there were college kids playing catch with a football 30 feet away from the pier, just waiting farther and farther out, you know, holding their hands up, time out, time out. Okay. But it's a felony to harass hunters and fishermen in the state of Florida, and there were some things that happened that caused that, where it wasn't just harassment, it was even to the point of people were getting killed in their tree stands. But this whole "I don't believe in this, so I'm going to interfere with you" is a problem. And they were under the excuse that they were looking at the pier as a place to jump off. Well, it's not a diving board, and it's not a diving pier, it's a fishing pier. And unfortunately, the state park doesn't have a sign on the pier that says, you know, if you're closer than 300 feet and you get a hook stuck in your foot, well, too bad. But the city does. The city and county have signs that say, stay clear of the pier, you dummy. And I saw people also, as I threw my jig out, who saw me throw the jig. Like I was looking at them, they were looking my direction, and they started wading toward where I threw the jig. Not purposefully, but, and it's like, are you just dumb? Are you looking to see if there's fish hanging out there? What are you throwing that thing with the barbed hook on the end at? But yeah, these people playing in the surf, I think I can't say that they were harassing people or, you know, trying to stop fishing, but at you know, best case, they were really stupid and just obnoxious and selfish. And I'm not saying my day is ruined. I saw this and thought, you know, I'm going to give you some credit and say you're not criminals and you're just morons. And unfortunately, that could be a tactic that they use now, where they just try to, you know, bat their eyes and, oh my goodness, I didn't know that I was interfering with your fishing. And we'll probably see some of that in the future with these people who want to get in the way. But you're going to get hurt and not attacked. You're just stupid waiting out there where people break off and lose lines and tangles and snags and everything else, and or just getting caught in somebody's line and then trying to get out of it and wind up hooking yourself. And hopefully the state park says, you know, if you're any closer than this and you get a hook in you, it's your fault. And that's really how it should be. But I guess outside of that, it was a beautiful day. The water's a pretty color. The wind was a little bit high. But I had a fun day hanging out fishing. So, you know, it doesn't get a lot better than that. And I'll be putting some more videos out pretty soon that I literally haven't posted in about a year. And there's some reasons for that, and maybe I can go into that. I don't want to go into it now, but there have been some changes to the channel, and I made a decision that brought me to a very sharp learning curve, like extremely sharp. And we'll go over that some more. And I had a tough time fishing last year, and I had to reconsider what am I filming for? Are we filming to watch the amateur guy who hasn't fished in years throw a line repeatedly, and am I supposed to be catching a lot of fish? Maybe not, but I think part of it is to document my growth, and I really struggled to catch fish last year. And a lot of the other YouTubers that I watch who are better at catching fish than me have said it's been a very rough year last year, and this year's kicked off interestingly. I lost good fish, and I hate that, but at least there's good fish getting on the line where I can try to grow out of it. All right, well, I'll catch you guys next time, and like and subscribe if you want to like and subscribe, and I will commit to trying to put more videos out. I know there's people I go fishing with that don't want to be filmed and stuff, and don't want to be on the video, don't want to be in the sound, and but I don't want to miss out on my time with those folks either. So, all right, take care.